Oh, there we go.
All right, we're live.
Welcome to Bedtime Stories, the not-so-soothing bedtime podcast. I'm Cody.
I'm Paul.
And I'm Alec.
So today we have a guest star, Cody, who is filling in for Spencer. He's the one who just opened us, and we think you're gonna love him. Cody, say hi.
Hi, everyone. I hope you love me as well.
As long as you don't love him as much as you love me. Hashtag go Team Alec.
All right. So we know that it's been a long while since we've podcasted, but
how long has it been, guys? I know I've been an avid listener for a while, but then they released some Star Wars trailers, and I started watching those on repeat instead of listening to your podcast. How long has it been?
Probably about 6 weeks, 7 weeks.
It's been a couple months. Yeah, it's been bad.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but now we're back
with a vengeance.
Well, we'll see about the vengeance.
Okay.
But we are back.
Yeah.
We'll see if it's with a vengeance or in black or any of the other movie titles.
I know.
Also,
Revenge.
you should be excited because we have new mics, so we should sound amazing. Or at least Alec will sound amazing because Alec always sounds amazing.
Well, I mean, the new mics help with the sound quality and audio quality. We will see how well we do with this. I wouldn't hold our breath.
Mics don't help with content quality, Alec?
No.
Is that what you're implying?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're still us, is what
Yeah.
I'm saying.
It
Yeah.
actually might make the show worse because our voices sound good, but our content still sucks.
Yeah, now you'll be able to actually hear what we're saying, and that's not always a good thing.
It's like when you watch a really bad movie in 3D. Sure, you can feel the experience, but that makes it even worse because you can feel the experience.
Oh, yeah. Yep. We're working on scents as well, so your computer will start spraying scents out. Like whenever there's a scene where like there's like gushing blood or like horrible like decaying material. We're working on that too, but it might be a ways away.
That's actually how Alec roped me into doing this. He told me you guys were really going forward with that Spy Kids smell-o-vision technology. So I got excited about that.
Really, by that, I didn't mean that it's actually going to come out of the computer itself. I just have a few cups of blood and other scents that are common to Grimm's fairy tales, and plan on throwing those in your face whenever it comes up as necessary.
And I think that's what I appreciated most about the advancements you guys are making in podcast technology, because you're just really wanting to immerse yourselves in the experience to let your voices on, like we talk about these new mics, convey that to the audience.
Exactly. We're very method in our podcasting.
Well, perfect. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
we want to let that genre speak for itself. Everything comes through this mic. Everything.
So just as a refresher for me, I mean, obviously an avid listener, and your other avid listeners know how, but for all the new people who are joining because they hear that I'm on this today, how does this podcast work again?
Well, so it's basically a narration-driven format where Cody today is going to lead us off. He's going to be reading most of the narration, and then Alec and I will be doing the voices.
Oh, pull on, Alec.
Oh, guys, I had this terrible dream. Oh, Paul kept talking and just saying the most boring things. Oh, thank God it was a dream.
Alec, it wasn't a dream. That was necessary exposition to catch up new viewers to speed.
Yeah, you just fell asleep.
How many viewers do we have?
How
many viewers do we have on this audio-based podcast?
I'm guessing 4.
Okay.
Maybe. Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah, the 3 of us plus my mom.
Your mom does listen. I'm
Yes.
aware of that.
Not my wife, but my mom.
My wife will never hear this either, so don't worry.
Well, I mean, your mom's love is unconditional.
Well,
she hasn't heard
one would
today's
hope. Yeah.
Maybe not unconditional.
Yeah. So should we get this started?
Cody, yeah, why don't you start us off? This one is
Perfect.
called God's Food.
God's Food, yeah, by Jacob and Willie Grimm.
Willie, huh?
Willie, that's how you pronounce the H-E-L-M when it's a soft H-E-L-M, right?
Okay.
No, I think that'd be a hard H-E-L-M.
So yes, this is God's Food. this is a story that's very near and dear to some people's hearts.
No one in particular, just we assume.
We assume so. It has two things that people love to debate about, both God and the pronunciation of the word Willie. So I think that alone sets it apart from other fairy tales. So I'll just get started with the narration. Are you guys ready?
Ready?
Yes.
Paul, are you all bundled in bed?
Oh, I am. I am ready to just drift off into Wonderland.
Perfect. Well, then without further ado, we present to you Children's Legends number 5 by Jacob and Willie Grimm, God's Food. Once there were two sisters. The one had no children and was rich. The other had 5 children, was a widow, and was so poor that she no longer had enough bread to feed herself and her children. In distress, she went to her sister and said,
My children and I are starving. You are rich. Give me a bite of bread.
The rich but hard-hearted woman said,
I don't have anything in my house either.
and with angry words she sent the poor woman away.
So, okay. Let's she doesn't have enough food to feed herself and her children?
I mean, I think that she had enough food for herself, but she's like, I should probably feed my kids too. Like that's probably a good thing.
Like, I just want to point this out, though. Do you think that maybe in her mind she's thinking she needed the bread to feed herself? Do we think perhaps she's still nursing?
That could be. So she had quintuplets.
So she had quintuplets.
This is basically Disney's quints.
Basically, this seems like this could be the original source material for Disney's quints.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that I remember there being a lot of bread conversation in that Disney Channel original movie.
I think that was definitely kind of the subtext narrative pushing everything forward in quints.
Gotta get that bread.
Gotta get that bread. That might have actually been the unofficial pop song that they made for that movie, sung by Miley Cyrus.
No, what are you guys talking about?
What is going on right now? Disney Channel original movie Quints.
Did you watch all the Disney Channel original movies like Brink? Brink was my favorite.
Brink was
I loved Brink. Brink was amazing.
Yeah. All right, so imagine Brink, but instead of this cool young skater who's going against the machine and wants to skate for Team Pup and Suds, instead you have a girl who goes to a magnet school who loses the attention of her parents when they have quintuplets that become a media sensation.
Yeah,
wow.
That's a spot on.
That put it all into perspective. Now that I have that grounding, all right, I get it. I get what's going on.
Yeah. So that's why we're saying maybe.
I'm also wondering, what if her kids are gluten intolerant and have celiac disease? So maybe bread is not the best kind of food to feed her children.
Well, that's why Cody said she was nursing. So she takes the bread in herself. You know what I mean? She goes through the pain and agony because she's got celiacs.
Can gluten be passed through breast milk?
That's not a sentence or a question I ever expected to have to answer.
Well, you haven't answered it yet, so I'm still waiting.
I'm going to say no. It definitely cannot.
Yeah, Paul, you're our resident doctor type person.
Yeah, I'm going to say
that's your official title, right?
Resident doctor type person. Yes, that is my official title. It's on my business cards.
So
you can,
Paul, if that's the case, then why can that same woman not drink
bread?
Why can she not drink what?
Drink alcohol while breastfeeding.
Oh, well.
If the gluten won't go through, why would the alcohol?
Because, see, the alcohol molecules are very tiny. So what will happen is when the baby is next to her, it'll go through the skin into the skin of the baby and into that baby's brain and kill it. That's why you don't want to drink when you're nursing.
So you mean it's not through the breast milk that the baby receives the alcohol that the mother has been drinking? It's just
skin.
It's just skin to skin contact.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. Of course, it's skin to skin contact.
Okay,
that's what I thought. That's how I get drunk.
Yeah, I it's just the lack of science among people these days is just it's hard to deal with.
I just really want to point out the fact that we've gotten two kind of qualifiers about what makes these women who they are. And the first thing is there's two sisters. One had no children and was rich. The other had 5 children, was a widow, and was so poor. Like, obviously, this one won the bad luck lottery, but instantly, just because this one is rich and has no children, like, she's described as the rich but hard-hearted woman.
I think that speaks to why she doesn't have any children and therefore why she is rich. She doesn't take any prisoners in her corporate takeovers. She has that hard heart that doesn't allow for the love of children.
Wow.
That's why she got her fortune.
It's true.
Or do you think this is just the classic tale of can she have it all? Well, like maybe this is where the story's going to go. I'm not sure. Do we want to find out?
Do you mean like, can she have all the bread?
Can she have all the bread and maybe a kind heart too?
No, definitely not.
Yeah. It's either bread or heart.
All right. Well, let's read along and find out. We ready?
I think so.
Sometime later, the rich sister's husband came home and wanted to cut himself a piece of bread, but when he cut into the loaf, red blood gushed from it.
Well, that's not true.
Alec, stop with the cups of blood. No, wow. I hope you at home felt what I just felt in my face.
Warm.
Blood. Yeah, no, it's real blood. It is real.
That salty taste?
Is that salty taste?
Salty iron.
That little iron.
Yeah. Because you're new, I wanted to make sure you had the full, real experience.
The initiation. You just carried me.
Yep.
You just carried me on the podcast.
Not as in like physically picked up, but as in the Stephen King novel.
No, Gary, where you dump blood on me. You got me. I don't know about you guys, but I had no idea that this was where the story was going to go one line later.
That was...
I think there would be blood.
I mean, there's pretty much blood in every Grimm's fairy tale.
Yeah, it's basically the Coen brothers took their cue from the Grimm brothers. There will always be blood.
Yeah, and usually someone dies.
Yeah.
Wow, I was not prepared for this. When you guys said we were reading like bedtime stories, I was expecting kind of Disneyland, Mickey Mouse, Fantasyland stuff.
You need to get your head out of Quint's land and get into Grimm land.
You're right. I apologize, guys. I have had my head up a Quint, and I'm trying to pull it out right now. And the red, the red blood that just gushed from the Quint is helping me get my head on my shoulders. So
it should be lubricated. You're ready to go, man. You're ready to pull out. Get into the real world.
Okay. All right. So let's go on. When his wife saw this, she became horrified and told him what had happened. He hurried away and wanted to help. When he entered the poor widow's room, he found her there praying. She was holding the 2 youngest children in her arms. The 3 oldest ones were lying there dead.
There we go. There's the dead babies.
Okay, so now here's the point where we take bets. Did something supernatural happen, and when the husband just wanted to have a piece of bread, he murdered these children, like supernaturally, because somehow they were represented by the bread? Or are they just dead from starvation?
I want to say that the children are dead because the rich sister killed them.
Huh. By not giving them bread, or are you saying she went in, she was that hard-hearted?
No, I think that she was rich from the medical device industry, and so somehow she siphoned their blood off to make blood bread, which is her favorite.
Interesting.
Yeah,
well, if she can make blood bread, then why does she need to borrow bread from her sister? If she just has the capability of...
She's not making blood bread. The sister she wants to borrow from is making blood bread by siphoning off of the poor sister's children.
That makes more sense.
Yes.
I'm having a problem with the fact that I feel like if 3 of these kids died that night, they were a few steps beyond needing a borrowed loaf of bread. to save their lives. Like that seems kind of like putting a Band-Aid on a bullet hole by that point, where it's like, oh no, I need some bread. My kids like are hungry. If your 3 kids are dying from not having food, I'm pretty sure that loaf of bread that you would have had a few hours earlier was not going to solve that.
Yeah. Yeah, your
I
organs
mean-
were probably shutting down.
Yeah. Well, especially if they're eating blood bread all the time, that can't be the best for your body. I feel like that's got way too much iron in it and other things that are in blood.
That may have been what made her a hard-hearted woman, though. Like literally an iron heart.
Oh,
wow.
She just like crap. What's that guy's name?
Edward Cullen.
No, I was thinking of the.
Nosferatu.
I was thinking of the
Count Dracula the Second.
No. The security guard from X-Men 2 that Mystique injects him with.
Oh,
iron.
yeah. So Magneto can use the metal to get out of his
You've got
plastic
too much
prison.
iron in your blood. That was my Magneto impression,
That
guys.
was really good. Can you do that again in honor of Sir Ian McKellen?
You've got too much iron in your blood.
Interesting. Now, can you do Kermit the Frog? Because I feel like it sounds very similar.
Okay, Kermit.
I'm pretty sure
Everybody-
Kermit the Frog said at some point, you've got too much iron in your blood also, so don't worry.
I'm pretty sure. Okay,
That was the
all of our
X-Men Muppet
fans.
That
Yeah.
was the X-Men Muppet movie.
when he played
X-Men
Magneto.
crossover.
Yeah. It was really interesting casting decision. Everyone was kind of curious why they decided to make the classic hero of the Muppets classic hero of the X-Men movies, Magneto.
It was.
Yeah, the classic hero of the X-Men movies, not the
how-
classic villain.
what's the other way to interpret those movies?
The other way is that maybe Magneto was the bad guy.
Woo, okay. Jump
Funny.
into some
Okay,
Funny
hasty
there.
decisions here.
okay. Wait. We have to ask. In the Jaws movies,
Yes,
who is
the shark.
okay?
That's why they
There we
named
go.
it. That's why they named the movie after him. Jaws, because he was the hero.
All right. Let's go Star Wars.
Yes.
And let's go Star Wars Episode 1, the best one, of course.
Yeah.
Who is the hero?
Who's the movie named after? The Phantom Menace. Palpatine. It's about a senator's rise to power and what he's able to do to guarantee the success of his, in this case, goal galaxy.
All right,
Yes,
guys. So, how is this relating to the blood bread and the 3 dead children?
Palpatine was a fantastic baker. He just used the lightning fingertips to cook the bread.
So,
Right.
did he teach the rich sister's husband how to cook the blood bread to gain an iron heart?
The blood bet must be made.
Was that your Kermit?
That was my Kermit, yes.
Was that Kermit impersonating Senator Palpatine?
No, unfortunately, in that crossover, for some reason, they made Kermit Luke Skywalker.
What? Why?
Yeah, I don't know. That was weird casting.
Especially in Episode 1, why would Luke have been Kermit, or Kermit have been Luke in Episode 1?
I know. It was weird. It's just kind of Kermit the Frog is like a tadpole sperm thing the whole time.
In this 9-year-old's
And this
body?
9-year-old's body.
When they
I
when they
think
zoom
we
in
should
on that,
get
like-
back on this.
No,
Nope.
they zoom in on
nope.
what?
Nope.
on that like
We're not
midichlorian.
talking.
Yeah,
No,
it's
no.
all just Kermit the Frog faces.
It's
we
really
should
just Kermit.
not talk about
Yeah.
fictional 9-year-old sperm anymore.
Especially when they look like Muppet babies.
Is it a Muppet baby?
It is
Kermit?
a Muppet baby.
It is a
Kermit.
Muppet
That's
baby.
where I was going.
That's
yeah.
fair. Okay.
And then the midichlorians are cartoon Kermit the Frog faces.
It's just Kermit just swimming around.
So this was going to be a short episode to try and kind of like get ourselves back
That's
into the
right.
groove of things.
So let's finish the story.
Yeah.
We'll
Yeah.
pull a halo. We'll finish the fight. All right. He offered her food, but she answered,
We no longer need earthly food. God has filled us 3 already, and will hear our prayers as well.
She had hardly uttered these words when the 2 small ones stopped breathing, whereupon her heart broke too, and she sank down dead.
So God
Mother of the year, everyone.
Yep.
Mother of the year.
God is really good at answering prayers when you're praying for death, but not so good when you're like
Praying
asking
for
for
bread.
food or like something to keep you alive.
Yeah. So this God, right?
Mhm.
His solution to them being starving is to just kill them all and break her heart. So whose heart was broken? Was that the rich lady or the mom?
No,
Oh, no.
that's the mom. This is the mom who was already a widow, had 5 children, and was so poor that she no longer had enough bread to feed herself and her children.
Wow.
Yeah, so really she just was praying for death. And yeah. So really the hard-hearted woman was helping God, was an agent of God. She was allowing this her sister who is in desperate need to get closer to God by dying. But yeah, so I think that the real hero of this story is the rich hard-hearted woman. I kind of see your point now, Cody.
Yeah. Like, exactly. By siphoning the blood from the children, by
Mhm.
making the bread.
Yes.
And then she sent her husband over to pretty much,
Make sure that they were dead.
yeah, exactly, to
Yeah.
see if what happened. Because all it says is he hurried away and wanted to help. It doesn't say that he brought bread to him.
And it doesn't say who he was trying to help.
That's
We
true.
must just,
It's true.
yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So he just wanted to help the agent of God, which was his wife and also the poor woman's rich sister, and help her
Wow.
accomplish her goal of killing this family for God.
Wow,
Right?
killing 5 children and a widow. That was
Yep.
So really they were all working together is what you're saying.
Yeah, if that's what God wants, and that's what God gets.
Wow.
So that
Right?
that was a happy family.
Yep. So it all works out in the end, and they all, 2 of them lived happily ever after. Not all, because 6 people died, but 2 of that 8 lived happily ever after.
7
We-
people. She's a
We
widow.
need to start
Oh,
doing the
sorry.
survival rate for these stories. Like
Yeah.
I think what is 6 out of 8? That's 3 to 4. 75% of the people in this story died
Wow.
in less
Yeah.
than like 10 lines.
Yeah, that's pretty good hit rate.
Oh,
Willie,
Good job,
old
Willie. Yeah.
old Willie.
old Willie. Yeah, Willie for the win. Dang.
Is his nickname Willie the Butcher?
Whoa.
Willie
No,
the
Willie the
Butcher of
Baker.
families.
Willie the baker. Yeah.
Yeah, Willie the Baker.
The blood baker.
Willie the Blood Baker. That's who you wanted to be for Halloween, right, Cody?
That was actually the costume that I managed to scrape together.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was good if I do say so myself. I got it was kind of interesting. I always wanted to be a Muppet, so I was really excited.
So are you the Swedish chef?
Yeah, and you know how the Swedish chef always sounds.
Pork, pork, pork.
You will make the blood bread. So
Oh yeah, that's always what I think of. That was a great impression.
thank you so much. Yeah.
How long
that
did you
was-
work on that before going out in the costume and everything?
I'm kind of embarrassed to say.
It's okay. This is a safe space.
You can
You're
tell
right.
us.
Okay.
It's not live on the internet.
I stood in front of a mirror while putting on my costume like a few nights before, and it was more than just practicing that one line. I practiced a lot of other things like "You're 23. Why are you still going out in a costume? Why do you have no friends? Why won't they give you candy? Why are they afraid that you're around their children?"
And also, you're not 23.
That was when I was 23.
Oh, this was
This
last
was
year.
last year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Who would Fozzie Bear be in episode 1? Because I'm thinking like he's Sebulba.
Fozzie Bear is Sebulba.
Yeah.
I want to say that was the Muppet toy that I saw. Yeah.
Yep.
Fozzie Bear is Sebulba. That was it.
So,
Animal is Watto.
Yeah.
so what do you guys think the moral of this story was?
Starve to death. It'll make God happy. Right?
I'd say
That's what I'm taking
the
away.
moral that I'm finding is don't do business with family because they're unreliable.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
So another thing on this podcast we try and do, we love to make the moral rhyme or in some poetic form.
Interesting.
Yeah. So if you can do a haiku, I won't be able to tell it's a haiku, but if you did one, it'd be awesome.
Yeah. Awesome. Okay. Well, give me a moment. Okay.
Don't eat food, because that's being rude to God. Right?
No,
If you want the blood bread, all the children will be dead.
When you slice the blood bread, the children will be dead.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Wow, you guys are really good at rhyming right now.
Yeah. Rhyming, yes. Moral, not so much. Because there's not really a moral in any of that.
There's no morals ever in these stories.
Yeah, that's fair. It's just a lot of dead people. And mostly dead children, I'm getting.
To be God's agent, never be pregnant. Bake the bread with the blood of the dead.
That was pretty good, except I think it was living blood, wasn't it?
Oh, that is true. It was bleeding love.
Yeah, although you know the 3 old ones were already dead, so you're right. It could have been.
I think the saddest part about this story, though, is that, guys, I think we're gonna have to go back on our early opinion that this is what the Disney Channel original movie Quince was based on, because
don't you dare.
The 3 oldest ones were lying there dead first.
Well, but this is also...
Wait, what happened to the Quince? Did they all die?
I don't remember that's
SIDS.
quite what happened, but I'm pretty sure, yes.
It was SIDS. Sudden infant death syndrome. Yeah,
that's
actually what that movie was about.
I always thought it was shaken infant death syndrome until right now. I'm not even joking. I always thought that's what SIDS stood for. I thought it had to do with people who accidentally shake their baby.
Yeah, quote unquote, accidentally.
Quote unquote, like, I had no idea it meant sudden. Wow.
Well, I mean, really, most of the cases of sudden infant death syndrome is really a parent trying to cover up shaken infant death syndrome.
Yeah, I'm. Yeah.
Cody, you're really just cutting. You're just cutting through the BS in the world today. You're just really seeing the true. What's happening?
I am. That's why I appreciate you guys' podcast so much. That's why I was so honored to be on, as you've already taught me so much already. And today I learned about skin-to-skin nutrition contact.
Yeah, skin-to-skin alcoholism.
Skin-to-skin alcoholism. Gluten intolerance. Shoot. I just thought of something, guys. Maybe the babies were gluten intolerant, and that's why the rich sister was making it with blood so the babies could eat it.
Oh, because it was gluten intolerant, and we all know that gluten bread sucks.
Yeah.
Gluten-free bread, I should say.
Yeah. So she made gluten-free bread with some extra iron in it.
Yeah. Makes it tastier.
Yeah, because that's what when you go gluten-free, that's what you're missing out on is iron.
Yeah, you become anemic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I guess based on Miss Doctor type expert, I don't remember. What's your official title again, Paul?
It was something about being a fake doctor.
Well, I mean, it's on your business cards. Why don't you just pull one of those out and show everyone?
Alec, I'm in bed. Why would I have my business cards on me?
You don't do business in bed?
I mean,
I thought you were a gigolo doctor.
Sometimes it's business time in bed, but I don't do business in bed. Come on now.
Okay. I guess that's fair.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's about it. Do we have like a sign out catchphrase? I don't remember.
I think you guys usually say goodnight really creepily to me.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Good night, Paul.
Good night. Good night.